This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website to engage with your audience and sell anything online all in one place, but more on them later. I've been deep into watch collecting for a few years now. I've made a few mistakes and learned some things to avoid, but I didn't want this video just to be negative and say mean stuff, so I'm going to pair each don't with something to do. So do the do's and don't do the don'ts. I have this weird love-hate relationship with limited editions. There's a part of me that really likes things that are done small batch and on a limited run, but also sometimes I think I convince myself that I like something more than I do on account of the rarity or perceived rarity. Watch brands love to manufacture scarcity, and they are fully aware that when something is limited or rare, it makes us want it more. I think so many of us like to pretend we're immune to this, but it's actually a deeply human instinct. This is how I know I'm a sucker for this. A few years ago, Chrono Tokyo released this watch. So this is called the CG. It was limited to 500 pieces, but the big thing was it was only going to be sold to females. Men weren't allowed to buy this from Chrono, only women. Now, things happened and they reversed this course, and it now says that it is positioned for female collectors, and it was opened up so anyone could buy this. But when it went from female only to anyone could buy this, I could feel my interest in this watch leaving my body. And maybe that's because I wasn't interested in this watch as a watch. I just loved the idea of it being so exclusive. On that same note, if you are interested in a watch because it is a limited edition, or it's maybe one of your primary motivations in wanting a watch, I can think of a handful of times when a limited edition became current catalog or a lot more available than initially advertised. You guys know that I love Tudor. I don't like talking bad about Tudor. They're my first love, but this is kind of what they've done with the Black Bay Chrono in pink. It started off as a small batch celebration of their relationship with the Inter Miami soccer team, with the brand saying, "So few will be made." Then it quickly evolved to a few will go out to boutiques, to it now being a lot of people getting the call on these. So don't fall into the limited edition trap, but do question whether you really like this, objectively, as a standalone watch. Would this be just as exciting and fabulous to you if it wasn't limited? If the answer is yes, then you just objectively like this watch. That's awesome. And if the answer is no, then maybe you don't actually like this that much. One way I can tell this is if I am actively rooting for a watch to be more available. For example, I have a Rolex Daytona. I love this watch, and I wish it wasn't as hard to get as it is. I wish everyone who likes this watch could get it. A different angle. I don't think I've ever filmed in this angle or showed you this much of my garage and where I film. That's mostly because it looks bad and messy, but I do have another do I would suggest to you, which is having a website. Having an awesome looking website. And this is where today's fabulous video sponsor, Squarespace, comes in. It's 2025, baby. How do you not have a website? Whether you're doing anything online, offline, whatever it is you're doing, you need a website. Squarespace has literally hundreds of professionally curated website templates with options for every use and category. You can use their visual design effects and drag and drop editing to make your website the perfect reflection of you. No design experience required. And they have templates that will suit whatever it is that you do. Maybe you have a physical shop and you just need a little one-pager so people can find you. Bam. But maybe you sell content online in courses. I've traditionally been an internet person, strictly, so I just do this. I go on the internet and I talk about watches to whoever will watch it, but I'm thinking about starting up some merch or having an online shop of some kind, and 100% I'll be doing this through Squarespace. They have everything you need to grow your business with their SEO tools, sell your products, and have easy online payment methods for a seamless shopping experience for your gorgeous customers. I've been partnering with Squarespace for a long time now. I think they're freaking awesome. I think you will too. There's a link in my description you should go click it. Go visit squarespace.com/BritPierce for a free trial, and when you are ready to launch, use my code, the BritPierce code, to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Go click that link, and thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Okay, I think I'm going to get a little bit of pushback on this one, and I will see you in the comment section, and hear me out here. But don't feel like every watch you buy has to be a great value proposition. And I know I'm guilty of this. I'm a huge value lover. I love little gems and watches that over-deliver way beyond their price tag. But you know, watch loving isn't a logic game or a good economics game. Sometimes the pieces that are touted as good value ultimately lack longevity in enjoyment. People cook me all the time in the comment section for some of the frankly horrible value purchases that I make. My FP Journe is one of the best examples. I have an FP Journe Elegant. I paid about £15,000 for this. It's way too much money. It's far and away the most expensive watch I've ever bought. But you know, I love this watch. I wear it all the time. I get so much enjoyment out of it. I love FP Journe as a brand. I've always wanted to own a Journe. This is the only Journe I can afford in my wildest dreams, and I am immensely proud to own this. If you want to see more on why I love this watch so much, I've made a whole dedicated video, and I think it's completely warranted. The price tag made sense to me because I love this on an emotional level so much. But on a value for money level, I understand why people are flaming me. I also own this watch, probably the best value anyone can find ever, the Casio Illuminator. I think I spent under £20 on this. Technically, the best value watch, but on a practical level, I never choose it. I don't wear it. I mean, the number one rule of watch collecting is buy what you love. And fellow collectors will say this until you buy or like something that they personally don't like. But it's the cardinal rule. It's the gold standard for a reason. It's your hard-earned money. Buy what you want with that money. I feel like falling for the best value trap is often like when you're at the grocery store and you see something on sale, but it wasn't on your list, but you buy it because it's on sale. You didn't save money because you bought those donuts at 50% off that you didn't even really want in the first place. You've lost money you didn't want to spend on something you didn't really want, but you convinced yourself it was a great deal and you needed it. This isn't to say you can't love a good bang for buck watch. I have so many of them. I love so many of them. Just don't feel like you need to justify all your purchases and the price tag. I think everyone knew this was coming. This is another cardinal rule, but don't chase hype or influencer trends and feel like you always need to get things that are in the moment. This is rich coming from me because I fall for hype all the time. Like the moon swatch got me so good. It was just such a fun little moment. I loved the hype. But you know, I've been making a meaningful effort in trying to de-influence myself and discover my true tastes. For me, this process has been in an incubator because I have a toddler, so I don't have as much time as I used to have to just scroll through Instagram and see what's trendy right now and see what other people are doing. Like now, when I pop into the authorized dealer or into a watch shop, I feel like I'm a much more clean slate than I used to be. And this leads us really nicely to our do. And this depends on your view of watch collecting. For me, I don't really sell things. I've sold one watch ever, regretted it, and now I can't bring myself to do it again. I try to buy pieces that I know I will only want for the long term. I feel like our watch tastes say a lot about us, and I want to develop my own tastes and not just chase trends or value retention. I say it all the time, I won't stop saying it. Don't treat watches as an alternative asset class. A lot of my non-watch friends will ask me which watches will yield the highest secondary returns, and it's one of my least favorite questions on earth for two reasons. For one, it's the least interesting thing about a watch. It's not a good reason to like that watch. And for two, the reason why these are so expensive on the secondary market is because they're hard to get. You're not just gonna walk into the Nautilus store and say, one Nautilus, please, good sir, and then walk out and immediately put it on Chrono 24. The thing is, your watch is only worth what the next person will pay for it. Trends change. There was a time when Rolex couldn't give away Daytonas. Same with Patek and the Nautilus. The big thing people used to buy at watch auctions were pocket watches. No one wanted wristwatches. But these things changed. And the exact same thing could happen to that specific watch model that you want to invest in. Buy watches that you love. Buy watches that fit your tastes. Yeah. I do, however, think that everyone should buy the watches that they love at the best possible price. Whether that means asking if there's any wiggle room at the shop, most of the time there is, or just going secondary. Sometimes you can get unworn, new condition watches for a fraction of the price. And when it comes to watches and saving a little bit of money, that's not small potatoes. That probably means hundreds of dollars or pounds, whatever your currency is. And that's a lot. That's a very, very nice meal out with your family. That's a very nice gift for your spouse. I've never been one to turn my nose up at saving a little bit of guacamole, a little bit of moolah. One of my most profound character flaws and kind of best things about me is how cheap I am. But you know, you should be tight with your money. Time equals money, and time is far and away your most valuable resource. Anyways, I hope this video didn't come off as horribly negative. It's just stuff I've been stewing about and thinking about a lot lately, so I thought I would hit record and chat about it on the internet. I'd love to know in those comments down below if you've made any watch collecting mistakes on your journey, or if you have any rules that you live by in your collecting philosophy. I don't know. Let me know. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for your viewership. I can't tell you how much it means to me. Thank you. I hope you keep enjoying my videos. Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. And thank you to the Pope tier patrons. Get their names on the screen. Thank you guys. Is this creepy? Thank you, new tier patrons. Thank you, the newest Pope tier patrons. Thank you to the oldest Pope tier patrons. Not in age, but in time on my Patreon. I'm gonna stop doing this.